calculator. In this video we are trying to discuss the solution for add strings. The problem is we are given two numbers, actually num1 num2, in a string format, not in a conventional number format. So it's not a long or a double or a int, these are strings, but the ask is to add those numbers and they are in a number format, and length of both num1 and num2 is less than 5100. What does this mean? So it's a very big number. It can consist of at most 5100 characters in it. So you see, it's a very big number. Ideally I would have done it using a big integer library. I would have done using like this: big integer 1 equals new big integer num1, and that's second big integer num2, and what we can do is 1 dot add 2 dot toString would be my answer ideally. So let's try to run this one. Cannot find big integer symbol, we have to import the symbol, I guess. Import java.util.star, I think, but that would be present in math library, but let's see. Or import java.math.star. And due to this Leetcode thing, I think they have restricted to use my bad. So it gets submitted, I guess, successfully. Let me try to submit this one. Yep. So over here the solution, the naive solution can be to use the big integers, but that's not what we wanted. In the description they have said, or the interviewer can ask you to not to use big integer library. So what can we do from here is let's rethink what we want to do. And these questions have been asked in Facebook 69 times, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Oracle. It's a frequent asked question. So given a string and a second string, it can have a number, let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2. Okay, and there is another number, let's say 98. We have to add those numbers and we have to return a new string which would be the answer of adding these two numbers. Note that there are no leading zeros, so this 0 won't be present in any of the case, so we are sure that number would start from here. However, it can have ending zeros, so that's okay for now. So let's what we should do is we should try to solve this thing in a conventional manner. Let's take this example for our understanding. If I have this bigger string and this less string, what can I do? One thing I can check is whichever string is having greater character. Let's say if s1 has or should I say s1 dot length, if s1 dot length is greater than s2 dot length, I know s1 contains more characters in it, so it would be a bigger number. So that's the case where we have to make our answer. So let's say this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. This is 10 character long, this is 2 character long, and in the worst case if the S1 is 10 character long and S2 is 10 character long, and they both start from 9 or 8 big value, that would have carried out one extra value. So my answer, so my S3 would be at most the maximum of S1 dot length or S2 dot length plus 1. You're getting my point. So in the worst case, S3 should have at most 11 character. That for sure I know. But we can try. We can think before returning our answer. So this is the one point that I am trying to consider. Another thing would be uh, we have to add the leading zeros to add this number in a conventional way. So let's say we are able to get the numbers out of it one by one. So this is my initial number. I shouldn't be adding zeros. If I do so, I would make this S2 as a greater number than S1, and then answer would be drastically different. So what I can do is I should keep this 98 in a position over here, and I should fill up zeros. How many zeros? The difference of their length. So let's say 10 minus 2. I have to add 8 zeros in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have to add them in a conventional way, how we used to do in our second class. So 8 plus 2, and the carry, there has to be a carry. Initially the carry would be 0. So what I would be adding is a carry. I have to add a character from S1. I have to add a character from S2, and they both would be pointing at ith location, because we will do something in a manner where we will give them the equal length. So my I would always start from the length, from the end. It would give me an answer, and whatever answer it gives me, let's say this value was 99. So in this case, answer would be greater than 10 for sure, and I cannot write 10 over here in the first character. So what I will do is, whatever the answer I get, in this case answer would be 11, right? 9 plus 2 is 11, and then the next thing would be the carry would be equals to answer mod 10. So in this case carry would be equals to 1, because 11 mod 10 is 1. So for my next iteration, carry is 1, and answer is what is the answer? So answer is, I think, also 1 over here. So let's try to rethink 10. Let's say what would be the case if it was 10. So 10 mod 10 is 0, and same as the carry. I think that would work. So in this case 0 would be the thing over here, and 0 would be the thing over here, and let's say this is 2. So 9 plus 2 is 11, and I know mod of that would be 1. Carry should also be 1. In the worst case I can have 9 plus 9. It means I can have the answer as 18, and 18 mod 10 is 8. So sorry, so that's where I am running wrong. So my answer, there would be my answer array, let's say S3. So my S3 last index would be answer mod 10. So in this case S3, in the worst case 9 plus 9, so S3 would be equals to 18 mod 10, which is 8, and the carry should be equals to 1. Carry can only be 0 or 1. 0 in the case where it's less than or equal to 9, or less than 10. So if the answer bit is less than 10, my carry is 0, else my carry is 1. So I think that's the way we can implement this problem. Let's try to solve this thing. Okay, what I will be doing is okay, switch back again. We have seen the case where s1 character is greater than s2, but what if there can be a thing where s1 dot length equals to s2 dot length. So let's say they both have 10 characters in them. What should we do in that case? Should we be doing something? I think no. So in that case we don't have to do anything. So we have to do the things only in the case where any of the string is having unequal number of characters in them. Okay, so if num1 dot length minus num1 num2 dot length what do I say, math dot absolute of these things. So if the absolute of these things are greater than 0, then only we have to do something. And what we have to do, so my limit would be, or what do I say, number or character length or maximum length or the input length. That's the right word I'm thinking about. So for input limit is 0 for now. So if length of both thing is less than 5100, I think length could, I have not considered the case where these strings are empty, but let's try to run them. If we found that case, we can add that edge case as well. So in the case where they have some difference in them, so I'm trying to consider where if length is greater than length of first string is greater than length of second string, so so over here this would be a difference of the length. So let's say in our first example that we have considered, the first string was having 10 characters in them and second string was having 2 characters, so absolute of those things would be 8. So I have to add 8 characters in the smaller character length, and I have to add those zeros in a leading as a leading zeros, not as a ending zeros. Okay, so in this case, if my num1 is greater than num2, so I have to add num2 to some leading zeros over here, and how many leading zeros, that I'm not sure. So let's define a function get leading zeros. So it would only return me a string with the number of zeros that I want. So let's say I want so first of all difference. So let's try to get this difference first. So this is the difference, and if the difference is greater than 0, then get me then those number of zeros and add num2, and else that has to be a situation where num1 dot length is smaller than num2, so num1 has to be appended with the leading zeros. So get leading zeros plus num1, and that's where we equalize the number of things. Otherwise, in the good case, the difference is 0 and we don't have to do anything. So let's define our function get leading zeros. Get leading zeros should return a string. It takes an integer n, and while so there has to be an answer which has to be equal to this one, a empty string. Oh, what did I do? Opened console by mistake. Go down while, and so let's say there are 8 differences, and let's start from the 0, or should I use this variable as it is? So n is 8 and I should be doing this thing until my n is greater than 0. Would it work? I think yes. So answer plus equals to 0. So it always appends a 0 as a string, and in the end I return answer, and this would be an infinite loop, so I have to decrement the counter, and this would return me a leading 0 number. So now I have number 1 and I have number 2. Okay, so let's try to add numbers now. So over here there would be a carry. So carry should be equals to 0. A carry can be 0 or it can be 1. So better to do this in a character thing, because we have to manipulate the integer 0 to box it with string 0. So let's start with the character 0 itself, and then what we have to do is we get the limit, input limit. So this input limit is equal to, now I can use any of the nums 1 or 2, num1 dot length plus 1. So that should be my answer string, or you say num3 should be equal to new, and it is an array. So new char of this limit. So this has to be my answer. Now what else? So I have initialized my carry. So this is my carry, which is equal to 0. Now we have to start in a manner where for int I equals let's go with the num dot length. So int I equals num dot length. I should be greater than or equals to 0, because num dot length minus 1. That sounds nice now. And I should have to be decremented always. And now I'm looking at the things where there has to be a character in a num a or num a character, which is at num1 dot caret. I'm going to use this library caret I. Similarly num b. The problem is I have these characters and I have to add those characters. What is a better way to do it? So int answer equals integer dot value of character plus value of carry, value of num a, and value of num b. So I think that would work. Num a, num b, and I have my answer in an integer thing. And what about my answer. Actually I'm filling out this num3 now. So num3 num3 is I plus 1 because we see input limit is greater than the length in the worst case. So I'm trying to fill out my num3 from the end should be equals to answer mod 10. And now for the carry part, if answer is greater than 9, in that case character has to be 1, else carry has to be 0. Okay. So this would be having my in this process would fill up my num answer. So let's try to see if num3 first value is equal to 0. So now I'm trying to fill up my answer. This is my answer. This is my final answer, and it's 0 for now, or it's empty now. Okay, and now I'm trying to consider if the first character is 0, character 0, then I have to skip the things, there has to be a counter as well, right? Defining counter again. So if my I is 0, and so I should straight away move my counter, and now while my I is less than num3 dot length -1, right? So my I is equals to 0. I have to increment my I always, but before that I should consume the answer. So my answer has to be answer plus equals to nums3 of I, or I can say in a better way, I plus plus, use first and then increment, and the answer I should return the answer as it is. Let's try to run the code. If we get any bugs or errors, we will try to fix them. Cannot find the symbol num1 dot length. What's the symbol? 1 dot length minus num2 dot length. Come on, it has to work. Int cannot be converted to a string. So there are some errors. Let's try to find out if I have a normal diff. Okay, and let's try to see if I'm running something wrong with the length API of string. Yes, cannot find symbol num1. So what's the thing? Should I use it in an API manner? I forgot the things. Oh, it's an API then. My bad. Where else? Over here. Let's try to run now. Answer equal to answer mod 10, and it's incompatible to possible lossy conversion from int to character. It's possible. So actually you can assign a character integer value and it would be converted automatically by the Java as a ASCII value of it. So let's say if you give it 65, it would have a value as a. So what should we do from here? So this is a string or a character, and over here it's my answer now. Answer is this one. So what should I do? I'm thinking. So let's say my answer is value of 8 and I have character 8. If I convert this 8 into a string, string cannot be converted to a car. So what should we do from here? One thing I can do, I think we can get a character just as an offset. Okay, just as an offset, so it's 0, and whatever the value I get, offset plus answer, I think that should be good. That has to be good, because now what I'm doing is I get the correct integer value of this 0, whatever the integer value is, I don't know yet, but possible lossy conversion. Why are you giving me those errors, man? Is there a way convert character to integer to char? Java. We can just cast it. So would that work? Come on, please work. String cannot be converted to int. Line number 34, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, you are right, my friend. It has to be a string. Run. What does it say? It's an answer. Cannot find symbol. num3 dot length. And num3 is a char array, so I think it should have string. num3 dot length should work. Oh man, cannot find symbol. Answer plus equals num3. nums3. I use nums. Input, my output is, oh no, so bad. Let's try to debug these things. From the start, debug. Okay, so the diff is 0. We don't have to do anything. So what do we do over here? My input limit gets to 2, and I have a character num3 array. which has undefined things. Okay, good. Now character is 0. Okay. I equals num length minus 1. This loop should run at least once. I got the car value at a, so num a is a, should be a. Oh, why it's so slow? Num b is 0 and answer should be 0. Oh god, my answer is 144. There is some problem over here. Character to int. Integer dot parsend. Stop. So guys, this integer dot value doesn't work. That's new learning for me. Cannot be converted to a string. Character cannot be converted to a string. What the hell? B is C2. Okay. So the best thing would be character dot get numeric value. I should be using this one. Character dot get numeric value should be used. Expected is 0. Okay. Straight away, let's debug from here. Oh, no, not submit. Aha, my bad. I shouldn't have done that. Debug. The answer is 0 and nums 3. Let's try to see. This value should be 0 for now. It wasn't. Why? I equal to 0 and I 0 plus 1 is nums 3 and character runs mod 10. This should be 0 now. Come on, dude. Scary 0. That we are good over here, but something is fishy with. I is still at 0 and I think we should be doing initialization of our car3. So for int I equals 0 and I less than, it's a primitive thing, so that's why dot length only should work, because there is no API of this object. This is not a normal object, it's a primitive type, but when we use string we have to do using braces, so that's a API call. Okay, num3 3 0 value should be equals to nums 0, just character 0. That's it, and that's it. I think that should work, but over here my doubt is why these things are not working. Answer dot and character dot get numeric value, or this is some other API. Character dot come on value of, okay, no. Answer mod 10. It didn't even give the answer. So bad. Let it be 1, and I run the code. My output is still not value. Let's try to see what happened over here. Let's run the things. Oh, we have to debug it, sorry. Debug. num3, that's bad. We shouldn't be actually running this loop, or should we not? Yes, I think we should, but let's see what happened over here. The value didn't got updated. Would this work? So if 5 mod 10 is 0, okay, let's update our code. So using this way we can have the values. I think we don't need this loop, so for the first value I have to make the updation in such a way where the first character has to be 0 and other character would be filled up. Now if my answer is greater than 9, my carry would be 1 and my answer should be a mod of this one. But if my answer is less than equal to 9, in that case my carry should be 0, but my answer would be not a mod 10 but actually produce this answer. And I think now we should be running our test case. Still there is a failure. Let's debug it. I think the value won't. Okay, I'll try to debug it again. Good. And nums3 plus 1 is car of that one. It has to be 1. But why? My answer was 1, right? Stop. Debug again. My answer has to be 1 this time. This time my answer has to be 1. ENS value. Where is ENS? Why it's damn 0? num a, num2 is 1, num1 is 0, and num a, where is num a, is 0 and it's 0. It's not fair. Don't know, something is bad. So num1 is a string. When I'm trying to get the character at the string, it's a num a. And it's saying it's 0. And num2 is 1. Oh, my bad. That's the problem with copying things. Still, okay, answer is 1. Num side 3, please. This value has to be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, good. It's 1. Good. There's a problem then. I 0. If it's 0, I plus plus. Come on, dude. I'm in a doubt whether this loop is running or not. Nope. It has to be equals to, or I can say this one. So for the very last time, it should work. It should work for all of the test cases as well. It's not working for the carry thing, and I think I have not updated the carry. So my carry is 1, my num3 is something, and actually I should be taking care of carry in the end. Shouldn't I? So let's say okay, rubbing this all. If I value 9, if I value 1, and my S3 or my answer should have 2 boxes filled up, so carry would be equals to 0 for now. If I add all this, it would come to 10. The mod would come here, so it's 0, and the carry goes to 1, and we are done with this approach. So carry is 1, and it should be updated to here. Okay, what if the things are in a case where it's 99, and in that case I'm sure that my S3 would have 3 boxes with me, and 9 plus 1 is 0, goes here, 0, and carry comes here, so carry has to be added over here. So in this case, in the end, if carry is equals to 1, nums or num3 zeroth value should be equal to carry. Or can I make it as a blind thing? Then in that case, should I have to update this? No. Right, let's try to run this thing. things. Okay, it gets updated, but why it's the time is very less. But in my approach, it's a one solution because we are not iterating the things over and over again. So we don't need that one. We don't need this one as well. This is my carry. I think because of this string immutability, this is taking a lot of time. So if I use the string builder and new string builder and answer dot append, no, it won't work. Answer dot toString. See, time gets incremented because we were using string that was a mutable string, and the string builder is immutable thing. Same thing we have to do with our zeros part. Answer dot append 0, and let's try to use this string over and over again. String 0 equals 0 or 0. It's better if we move it to character basis, so it's more fast. Let's see. No, it won't work. To string. Why am I doing same mistakes? See, the time gets incremented to 92%. So means one thing you guys should be taking care of is you shouldn't be printing any statement in your Leetcode. Second, string dot integer dot value for a character doesn't work. So use character dot get numeric value. Third, don't use string to add up the things. Use string builder if you have to often update your string. So use string builder in that case. Don't use string because string are immutable. But string builder is string builders are immutable and strings are not mutable. So they are constant. They can't be changed. And every time you try to increment the string over here, actually what we were doing is we were telling Java to create a new object and destroy the previous object, and it takes a lot of time. And over here, what else I have to tell you? I think yes, and one more thing, when you try to add some character, actually character and integer are closely related. When you can do integer a is equal to a character value, and let's say character was a. In that case, integer value would be assigned to the value to be equals to 65, and vice versa. So let's say if you try to assign a character, and you can give integer value to it, and thing should be you should always try to make the conversion to character before assigning the values. I think if I don't do it that way and that way, and if I try to run it, I think it won't work now. So let's try to see. They won't work because it's a possible lossy conversion from int to char. So always try to convert your integer values to character values, then it would work. So I'm submitting this solution. It's fast, it's in a linear time, and yep, we have done the things. And I will I will slowly move my code downwards. You can pause and you can look at the code. Okay, thank you guys. Come back to our channel, Turtle